federal government has said that the no work, no pay policy is all that's prolonging the ASUU strike. My guest in the studio, Dr. Austen Sado, National Investment Secretary with ASUU. Dr. Sado, you're welcome again.
Thank you very much.
And before we went for the break, I asked a question based on the Minister of Education's comment, Adamu Adamu, saying that the no work, no pay policy is the only hindrance in the FG ASUU negotiations, that other unions have agreed to all the conditions put forward by the federal government, but just ASUU is the only stubborn one, if I may use that expression, permit me, and that ASUU is bringing up two other conditions, and ASUU does not want to agree to a no work, no pay policy.
I think that the minister himself knows that what he has said is not the truth, at least with respect to the aspect that has to do with ASUU. He knows that. I want to underline this. The Minister of Education, Malam Adamu Adamu, knows that what he's saying is not the truth. And I'm saying this because as we speak, there is not an aspect, not one. In fact, for clarity purposes, our negotiation with government is in two parts. The renegotiation of the 2009 agreement and the other issues that are not contained in the 2009 agreement. In the 2009 agreement, you have to talk about the funding for universities. You have to talk about academic freedom. You have to talk about condition of service. These are there. The issue of revitalization, the issue of payment platform, the issue of earned academic allowances, the issue of visitation to universities, and the law, the amendment of the NUC Act to stem proliferation of universities is another thing. Those are contained in the memorandum of action. We had signed, we had graduated from memorandum of understanding to memorandum of action because of government inertia. So the last was the one of December 2020, where we signed an agreement with timelines. All of those timelines has expired. The last of it was to be done in 2021 by May, when government should have paid the last tranche of the EAA and the revitalization. Nothing had happened with that. So he knows that it's not true. Now, for the renegotiation, after we had come to a point of agreement and government had thrown the initial document away, that's what it has also done with this one. On this particular one, there is not an item that government has come back with anything written to say we have accepted this, we have rejected this or this. They haven't done that. So I do not know the two requests or the two items he said we introduced. There is nothing new. But with respect to payment of salaries,
no work, no pay,
we haven't even come to that at all. Usually, payment of salary is the last thing we discuss, because the ILO convention, which Nigeria is a signatory to, says that staff cannot be victimized for participating in the strike, and payment of salary is part of it. So when you deny staff their salary, you criminalize a strike. It's punitive. So what you're saying is that no matter what we do, whether we keep to our agreement, whether we pay, we are doing something that is right or wrong, you do not have any voice. You should not say. So what they are tactically saying is that we have taken away your freedom. You are a slave. We are your masters. And that's not the relationship in the work environment of 21st century. So we have not even come to the point of whether or not salary will be paid. Yes, in one of the discussions we had with him, the question, he was asked the question, you were talking about revitalization, and you are saying they will put it in 2023 budget. You are talking about EAA, you are saying they will put it in 2023 budget. You haven't even mentioned anything about the salary. He said he hasn't discussed that. To the best of my recollection, it was not an item. We were not discussing anything. So for him to go public to talk about this as the only thing tells me that there are plans that they have either to force the universities to open, but that will be it will be a pariah. It will be a pariah victory that will be achieved at a very high cost. Very high cost.
Now the